Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, Caitlin Clark was in the hot seat and answering some rather epic life questions with none other than the Kelce brothers, who are practically taking over the world of football and pop culture. Right out of the gate, you could tell she has a very high input brain and a quick output way of thinking. So what happens when Caitlin Clark, the future of women's basketball, sits down with Jason and Travis Kelce? Well, they cover everything from NIL, NBA All-Star games, to rib recipes. Let's start with the basics. Caitlin Clark's debut on the New Heights podcast with the Kelce brothers was a masterclass in personality and sports talk. The conversation ranged from her legendary basketball career to her thoughts on NIL, golf, and even karaoke. This podcast had everything from insightful takes on the state of sports to Caitlin's personal favorites when it comes to food and music. Now, Caitlin, as we all know, has been making waves, not just in college basketball, but now in the WNBA with the Indiana Fever. But let's get to some of the good stuff that had the comment section laughing, thinking, and of course, debating. The Kelce brothers kicked it off by asking Caitlin about her early recruitment days and being recruited in 7th grade.
Just like they told my older brother, like, go get the mail. Like, we don't want your sister to see that. They like wanted me to be in 7th grade cool. And like enjoy middle school and like hang out with your friends. Like you shouldn't be worrying about where you're going to college.
I love that so much.
Yeah. So I didn't really take any visits until like after my freshman year of college. And then I didn't decide until my senior year. So I was never in a rush. And my parents did a really good job of like, make sure, I have a good circle around me. Like it wasn't always about college recruitment.
Her journey from 7th grade recruit to WNBA rookie is like watching an underdog story, except it's not an underdog story. She's already the top dog. Then came the NIL conversation. Caitlin talked about the challenges, but also the growth is brought to women's sports.
We talked about NIL earlier. How much did that change when that became a thing your senior year? Because you were unique where when you first got to college, it wasn't a thing, and all of a sudden it became a thing.
It became a thing after my freshman year. And it was kind of weird because like everybody was like, okay, so like, what is it? And like
trying to maneuver,
the NCAA, like they don't have many rules on much anymore. So like,
right.
There weren't many rules. And it was more so like, okay, like what can we do? What can we not do? And like, we're also the first. So like, you're trying to figure it out as you go. My family helped me a lot. But as you get going, you just figure things out and it's fun. And like, and it obviously should have been a thing for a really long time. Like the NIL part of it, like the true, like endorsements, like you're doing a commercial for, the local coffee shop or like whatever it is. Like it's something so easy and so simple. And I think, like a normal student can do that, but like, why couldn't an athlete? Like, it's just like such a simple thing that should have been a thing for a long time. But also it was like challenging to navigate. And it still is like seeing these college students that they don't have the right resources around them. And
it's tough.
It stinks. Like it's hard. And I think that's kind of like something that needs to kind of become, I don't know, more prevalent. And I know universities are trying to start like having in-house, like NIL people or whatever it is, or in-house lawyers or whatever it is to kind of try to manage that. So they're doing the best they can too, but obviously there's not many guidelines or rules. So it makes it hard as well, but it obviously changed a lot and it's made it fun. And I think it's also helped women's sports grow too. I think you've seen.
Yeah, it's a great point. Women's sports has blown up with the NIL stuff. That's such a good idea.
Everyone's becoming more familiar. Yeah,
absolutely. So it's been great for everybody, honestly.
She said at first, NIL felt like it was just a game changer for college football and men's basketball. But now, Caitlin's proven that NIL isn't just for the big dogs. It's also empowering female athletes to make their mark. She even touched on how the transfer portal is becoming the new free agency model, but for college athletes, and that college is becoming more and more like a farm league of sorts.
The one thing that I think everybody's a little bit with is the transfer portal, right? Like there's a kid, Penn State, like more recently, their starting quarterback just announced he's transferring right before the playoffs.
Yeah, I saw that. I was thinking he's their backup, but like.
Oh, was it? Okay, sorry.
But he played in a few games, even like quite a few games, because I think Drew Aller or whatever his name is got hurt or something.
That's what it was.
But yeah, the transfer portal was crazy, especially in football. Like, I think that's where it's gotten the craziest because that's obviously where all the money's at.
Everybody's a free agent every year. This is
not just every year; it's like twice a year, right?
Adam Schefter's like reporting, like, yes, they've negotiated a new deal for him to stay at the university. I'm like, yeah, like where else is he gonna go? It's like crazy, and it's kind of sad. Like, it just like you lost that little bit of like, I don't know, amateurism of college sports, and I don't know. That's why it's so fun, but also like it's the world we're living in.
Level right
so, like,
below being a professional, like that. I don't know. Get
it's like
you ready for
it's like a minor league football basically now.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I don't know. What do you guys think about the transfer portal? Do you think there should be like different rules?
But Caitlin wasn't just dropping knowledge. She also had some spicy takes. Let's talk about the NBA All-Star Game. She made a pretty interesting point. The All-Star Game should go back to being East versus West. And you know, I have to admit, she have a point. Keeping it East versus West makes it a lot easier to root for your team.
Did you see the new NBA All-Star format?
I did.
And how do you feel about this?
Oh, see, that's tough.
4 teams of 8 with one team being the Rising Stars.
So I saw Kevin Durant said this today or maybe yesterday or whenever it was, but they should go back to the East versus West. And that's when I loved it. I think it should be East versus West. Like, that's true All-Stars. Like,
no doubt.
East versus West, battle it out.
That's what it was about.
Yeah. So I think that's what it should be, but obviously not the commissioner.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on board for East versus West All-Stars. I think that's the whole point of it. That's why you're an All-Star. It's the best from the East versus the best in the West, play each other, see which side's better.
Caitlin also spoke on the in-season tournament in the NBA. While she said it's interesting, she's not exactly sold on it just yet. But hey, at least it's something new to spice up the game. Speaking of spicing things up, Caitlin got real about the NBA ratings. She's got some thoughts on why the ratings might be down. Basically, the average fan underestimates just how good these players really are. It's like watching a magician do a trick and then saying, "Oh, that's easy."
What are your suspicions potentially as to why the NBA ratings would be down?
Honestly, like, I feel like the average just like basketball fan doesn't understand how good NBA players are, and they think it looks like they're not trying. I promise you they're trying. They're just like so good. Like, that's why it looks like they're not trying. And obviously the physicality of the league has changed a lot, and I wasn't around when it was like much more physical, and maybe people want more like beef and physicality, and people think it's gotten soft. But I think that's also because the skill has just changed, and like, that's what's great about basketball. Like, it's always evolving. Like, it's going to be different than when MJ played. It's going to be different in 10 years than it is now. So it's hard for me to like put my finger on like why it has gone down.
Caitlin says fans don't always realize how much skill and effort goes into making the game look so easy and effortless. She may have a point there. Those NBA players, sometimes they make it look like they're playing a video game, especially during those heat check moments. And then things took a turn to golf. And here's where it got really relatable. Caitlin shared that golf makes her angrier than anything else. Why? Because it's an individual sport. And as a competitive athlete, she's used to having control over the outcome. But in golf, it's all on you. If you mess up, you can't blame anyone else but yourself. It's like playing a solo game of Mario Kart and you hit a banana peel. No one to blame but yourself. And it hurts. But hey, she's improving. So maybe Caitlin Clark, pro golfer, will be the next big thing. Who knows?
Are you more competitive in golf or basketball?
That's hard. I think like golf makes me more mad because I'm not as good at it. Like, I'm just like the average hack, and like, you want to be good. Like, you're competitive, just like basketball or football. Like, it's like, why am I not good at this? So, and it's like it's an individual sport, and we're used to team sports. So I think that's what pisses me off too. It's like, it's all on me, and I know it's all my fault. So.
And then came karaoke. Where's the love? Caitlin Clark, apparently, when she gets into the karaoke booth, she's all about showing off her vocal chops. But who could blame her? You know how everyone says they can sing when they're in the shower, right? Caitlin's taking it to a whole new level. Maybe we'll get a Caitlin Clark karaoke album next. When the conversation turned to GOAT basketball shoes, Caitlin was all in on the Kobe 5 and 6 low profiles. And let's be real, Caitlin's got the swag to rock any shoe. I mean, if she's out there nailing threes in those kicks, who would say no to buying them right now? Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Caitlin talked about what she would do if she wasn't playing basketball. Brace yourselves.
Oh man, that's tough. I think if my basketball career would have ended, I still would have loved sports just because it was like such a huge part of my childhood and like what I did.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe like try to work in like a front office of a sports organization or something like that. I think that would be cool. Not like the coaching side of it, but like the operations side and getting to do like free agency stuff. And I think that would be really cool.
She said she would most likely be working in a front office because she's always loved sports. But then, get this, she also wants to open up a rib shack, a rib restaurant.
Apparently you have talked about opening a rib restaurant. Is this true?
Yeah.
Are you into the ribs?
This was like such a random thing when I was growing up. I like told my mom, like, yeah, there was like this plot of land like by where we lived. And
yeah,
I like had this weird obsession with like ribs. It was like what I asked my mom to bake me for my birthday.
Ain't nothing weird about it. Let me tell you, there ain't nothing weird about that.
So I was like, yeah, I'm going to open the rib crib, like have this barbecue joint. Like,
heck yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I've kind of phased out of like, I love ribs still, but I've never made ribs for myself, but I'll just hire a chef. Maybe he can run the restaurant.
You can just be the face behind. You baby back or spare ribs?
Baby back.
Baby back. All right. Yeah. All right.
Give him my baby.
Are you Kansas City style barbecue sauce or you going?
I'm Kansas City. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That makes sense. That adds up.
What about
right there?
What sides are we having?
This dude did talk about
he's all in.
I haven't had
offensive lineman at heart. Have you ate today, Jason?
Full disclosure, I haven't had dinner yet, and now my mouth is salivating.
I gotta go like some mac and cheese.
Okay.
What else are we going with?
Getting cornbread,
some cheesy corn.
Have to have cornbread.
Yeah.
Maybe some like green beans with bacon or like
green beans.
I don't even know.
Baked beans.
Baked beans are great.
Jason's just answering his own question.
Baked beans are great. I love baked beans. I haven't had barbecue in forever. You're gonna make me crave it.
The Rib Crib with baby back ribs, Kansas City sauce, mac and cheese, cornbread, and of course, green beans with bacon. I mean, who wouldn't want to eat at Caitlin Clark's rib joint? That's like combining your two favorite things, basketball and comfort food, into one place. So there you have it. Caitlin Clark, legendary player, golf enthusiast, karaoke queen, and future rib restaurant owner. What a mix of talent and personality. This podcast was an absolute gem, and Caitlin just proved once again why she's not only one of the best in basketball, but also an icon for the next generation.
All right, piece of advice for the next Caitlin Clark watching.
That's tough. I think just like enjoy every single moment because it goes so fast and like life changes so fast and, you know, you only get to do a lot of things once. So have fun, enjoy it. Remember why you do it because like you love it. You're passionate about it. You know, don't take it too serious. So I would say that. That's how I've tried to live. And obviously some moments are better than others. As you guys know, you get competitive and caught up, but, you know, just enjoy it. Have fun and, you know, keep loving it.
So what do you think? What's your favorite moment from Caitlin Clark's New Heights podcast appearance? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for a wonderful year. I hope you enjoy this song, Unleash the One. Until next time, keep balling.
Lace them up, feel the ground beneath. CC1's on, chasing the belief. Step back threes, the rhythm's mine. Caitlin Clark, rewriting the line. Yeah, I'm stepping on the court, my focus is clear. 22 on my back, no doubt I'm here. Dropping dimes, hitting deep threes with ease. Every move I make is the crowd I please. Vision sharp, it's like I see the whole floor. In my CC1s, I'm breaking down doors. From Iowa dreams to the pros in stride. I'm not just playing, I'm changing the tide. Every shot, every pass, it's in my flow. Superpowers rising, you already know. Step back, swish, the moment's mine. I'm the one they'll remember every time. CC1s, I'm ready to fly. Step back threes, touching the sky. Breaking records, leading the game. Caitlin Clark, remember the name. Unleash the one, the fire's alive. Every move I make, I thrive. CC1s, I'm taking control. Built to ball, this is my goal. Logo threes that can't guard this range. Dropping dimes like magic, I'm changing the game. Fast breaks, crossovers, unstoppable vibe. In my CC1s, watch me glide. Every play's a moment, precision and style. From the arc to the paint, I make it worthwhile. They thought they knew, but they're learning now. Caitlin Clark, taking the crown. Every shot, every pass, it's in my flow. Superpowers rising, you already know. Step back, swish, the moment's mine. I'm the one they'll remember every time. CC1s, I'm ready to fly. Step back threes, touching the sky. Breaking records, leading the game. Caitlin Clark, remember the name. Unleash the one, the fire's alive. Every move I make, I thrive. CC1s, I'm taking control. Built to ball, this is my goal. They said I couldn't rise, they doubted my fire. But every step I take pulls me higher. Lace them up, feel the energy grow. In my CC1s, I'll always show. Step back, spin, this is my stage. Each move a chapter, I'm writing the page. CC1s, I'm ready to fly. Step back threes, touching the sky. Breaking records, leading the game. Caitlin Clark, remember the name. Unleash the one, the fire's alive. Every move I make, I thrive. CC1s, I'm taking control. Built to ball, this is my goal. CC1s, court's my ground. Caitlin Clark, I'm wearing the crown. Unleash the one, unstoppable now.